Frostech live stream on Twitch? Wow, what a good question, millions of people that searched this up. Maybe even in the billions, who knows? But no, I do not. I have live streamed on Twitch before many times, but the millions of viewers in the live stream have just told me about how bad the Twitch viewing experience is, and honestly, I do agree with them. Does Frostech collaborate with YouTuber? Great English, I must say. That makes no sense. YouTuber should be a plural. But no, I've never collaborated with a YouTuber in my life. I mean, I have featured in a PewDiePie video where he reacted to one of my TikToks, but that doesn't really count, so I don't know why I brought that up. Next question, does Frostech have any hobbies? No. I mean, quite a few years back, I used to do skateboarding, was pretty good at it. You know, I could do a kickflip and all that sort of stuff. But it kind of clashed with one of my other hobbies, which was running, and I liked to do running more than skateboarding. Which sounds weird, but I was better at running, that's why. I was a long distance runner, and for the most part, I've done 5k runs, which for you Americans, 5 kilometers is about 400 miles. So yeah, I was pretty good. My PB was something like 18 minutes 40 seconds. Came top 10 out of 400 people a couple of times, which I think is pretty good. And I'm pretty sure a couple of those people in front of me were wearing Heelys as well, so they had a boost. And when I was really young, I actually did used to play a lot of rugby. Does Frostech reveal his face? What another great question. If you're blind. Does Frostech leave his front door unlocked? What is wrong with you? Now that I've seen this question, not anymore. I think we're done with those ones now. Oh my God, I wasn't thinking properly. I nearly just hit my mum's vinyl record display. Wouldn't be the first time I've broken a record, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at GeoGuessr. What is Frostech's name meaning? Pretty simple stuff really, because it's actually a very boring question. I just wanted a word that would have no numbers in it for my username. And Frostech was available on most platforms, so pretty simple. Yeah, sorry, boring answer, I know. But when you live a life as exciting as mine, sometimes it's good to have boring moments. It just makes you guys realise that I am human too. What is Frostech's net worth? I can tell you right now, as a matter of fact. Let's not check my bank account, let's check Google, because that will be more misleading. According to this website that calculates YouTubers' net worth based on their views, I guess, apparently mine is at maximum $530,000. I don't know if these people know this, but I actually just set up a direct debit the other day to pay off a Tesco's £3 meal deal. What a load of shite. Next question, what is Frostech's IP address? Well, that's concerning. I'm not sure if me answering that is a sensible idea. What is Frostech's house number? I see what's going on. I actually don't. Can someone update me with all this? I'm going to try and look at this in a positive way and just assume this is one of my Uber Eats drivers that got lost. What is Frostech's mother's maiden name? Oh, I see what's going on here. Someone is trying to log into my Facebook account. I tell you what, I bragged about how well I'm doing on Farmville one time, and all of a sudden everyone wants to reap the awards. It's not happening. The sooner this is over, the better. Remember guys, littering is okay if you look cool doing it. And that brings us on to the final one. Who inspired Frostech to start YouTube? I'm glad so many people are wondering that. I think it's a mixture of people, to be completely honest. For example, I think the people that got me into gaming videos were the Sidemen when they used to play GTA back in, like 2013? But the person who inspired me to start GeoGuessr videos, I would have to say it's two people. GeoWizard got me into GeoGuessr back when he used to play it with no face cam. The person who got me into making GeoGuessr YouTube videos, I think, is Ludwig. He was actually making GeoGuessr videos and reacting to GeoWizard, and I thought, you know what, this looks a lot of fun. And I was wanting to become a content creator at the time, and I was like, why don't I just make GeoGuessr videos? Who is Frostech's favourite YouTubers? Once again, I mean, it depends on the time. I mean, as of right now, I actually don't watch too much YouTube. Ever since I started making YouTube videos, I spent less time watching YouTube videos, which makes no sense because I should be watching YouTube videos so I can get inspiration, but I don't. Like I said, still watching a lot of the Sidemen, still watching a lot of Ludwig. When I was into skateboarding, I watched a lot of Andrew Schrock and watched his We Want Revenge series. That was great. I don't know if they still do that, but that was brilliant. Next one, who... Does that say who let the dogs out? I don't even own a dog. I don't even own one dog, let alone a plural of them. That ain't my problem. Who is Frostech's dream collaboration? Well, to be honest, Mr. Beast. I'm not really a big fan of his videos, I just know he would make me hella money. If we're going to be realistic, however, I would probably say someone like Rainbolt. It's very heavily requested on my channel, probably not the same for his channel. Not sure how it would work, because if we do a GeoGuessr 1v1, I mean, he would guess the locations before the tabs even opened, and that's not ideal. As for a GeoGuessr skit, I don't know if he'd be down for it, but it definitely could work. Maybe another big geography YouTuber like Jack Sucks at Geography. I know that's been requested a few times too. But that is the final card, which means we have to go onto YouTube now and answer your guys' questions. And I have a feeling that some of them are going to be very dumb. The first question coming in from Laszlo saying, will you do a Q&A? Oh no, my battery died. Someone has said, what were your grades in geometry back then? I don't think at school we got an individual grade for geometry. In GCSEs, I done pretty bad. I got a C, I'm gonna be real. But after that, I went and done engineering at college. Engineering, in college, you get 3 different grades. One for maths, one for engineering, and then the other one for something else. And I got an A star for engineering, an A for maths, and then an A in the other subject. So I've done pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Why is John not in jail? Diplomatic immunity. Someone has bloody said, how long was the 7 Years' War? Oh, I'm going to take a wild guess and say 7. Unless this is a trick question and it was a war that was named after that one song by Lucas Graham. Someone has said, what's the worst part about Milton Keynes? Now, a lot of you think that I just hate on Milton Keynes because other people do. No, I have a valid reason. Back when I used to do running, I actually had a cross country in Milton Keynes, which is like 2 hours away from me. You know, travelled all the way there very smoothly. And then I got to Milton Keynes and everything went downhill. And no, it's not in a valley. Everything went downhill as in the traffic was a nightmare, the roundabouts were confusing, the signs didn't make sense. So I got all that way and ended up missing my race. I mean, I wasn't going to win anyway. I had a kebab the night before. But still, Creepy Tony has said, what's your social security number? Living up to the name, I'll tell you that, Tony. What's your least favourite kind of video to make? Now this might come as a surprise to many of you, but I'm going to say it. It's the GeoGuessr skits, more specifically the ones with John in them. I mean, I enjoyed them for a very long time, but now I think they've kind of ran their course. But you guys seem to love them still, and I don't know how. There's not going to be a day where I just stop them, but there is going to be a day where I reinvent them. How do you come up with your skits? Believe it or not, most of my skits come to my mind at about 12 o'clock at night when I'm laying in bed. I can't think of them during the day. As soon as it gets to night time, all of a sudden I'm a creative genius. Are you planning to recreate the Drake video anytime in the future? Well, I don't know a lot about music videos, so I don't think so, no. I don't really have the budget for that. Someone has said, are you hacking? If you're asking if I'm hacking in GeoGuessr, then if that was the case, I would be asking for a refund on the hacks because they're clearly not working. What did you do on February 18th, 2012? Oddly specific, but I shall answer it like it's a normal question. I imagine I was probably worrying about the end of the world. Do you remember that whole end of the world on the 21st of December 2012 because the Mayan calendar or something ended? I mean, it didn't help there was a TV channel that was literally counting down the days to the end of the world. But of course I'm going to believe that when I'm a child. I should have sued them for emotional damage. Someone has asked why I'm British. I mean, there is a world in where I could have maybe not been British because my ancestors went to Boston, but then they decided to come back. To be honest, if I wanted to live anywhere in America, it probably would be Boston. My 3 choices, if I had to live in America, would be Boston, somewhere near the mountains of Colorado, and Miami, Florida. Those 3, nowhere else. Oh no, Bismarck as well. I forgot about Bismarck. Can't forget Bismarck. It's Just Me has said, what is the scariest thing you've seen? In person, I think it's got to be the time when I was chased by a horse. It still confuses me to this day. I was walking down a street, some guy on a horse appears out of nowhere, chases me down the pavement. I'm running for my life, somehow I've outrun a horse, or maybe I was on a bike. I might have been on a bike. And then it just disappeared again. Nowhere to be seen. I've never seen that guy again in my life. It seems like there was no motive behind it other than to give me childhood trauma, and let me tell you, he done a great job.